Stop driving on campus until you know about these weird policies that could get you into some trouble. On the university policy website, there are multiple policies that are unreasonable and not normal, especially in the traffic, parking, and safety enforcement portion. We believe that a few of these policies need a change, which would better the school. All our group members are active MTSU students and deal with these problems daily. And we are all licensed drivers that have passed the driving and road safety exams, which makes us all more than qualified to give our input and some solutions to these pressing problems. The main problems we highlight are U-turns being prohibited on campus, passing another vehicle is prohibited on campus, and the burden and price of ticketing on campus.
According to MTSU Policy 775, Section 5M, U-turns are prohibited on campus, although there are many instances where a student may either be trying to turn into a certain parking lot or simply just trying to leave campus, and there are a lot of long roads that create an unnecessarily longer route for students. Tennessee law states that U-turns are legal unless there is a sign that states otherwise. So why not go ahead and add signs like the rest of the state? For the most part, people will be trying to make U-turns anyway, probably because they don't know that they aren't allowed to and just assume that they are because in the state of Tennessee, you are allowed to unless a sign is stated otherwise. And in doing so, it could get them pulled over and get a ticket. It may cost a little extra money in order to get those extra signs, but it's not like all of the extra money that they spend on campus is extremely important, so why not add it to the pile?
According to Policy 775, passing is prohibited anywhere on campus with no exceptions. Even if a vehicle is traveling significantly under the speed limit and the adjacent bus lane is completely empty, drivers are not allowed to go around. While the intention is to prevent accidents, the reality is this can cause unnecessary congestion and frustration. When traffic is forced to move at the pace of the slowest vehicle, it can lead to inefficient driving conditions and in some cases, unsafe ones. If the bus lane is clear and conditions are safe, drivers should be trusted to make responsible decisions. Allowing controlled passing could improve campus traffic flow without compromising pedestrian safety. It's time to reevaluate the rule. Smart, safe traffic policies benefit everyone, not just drivers, but the entire MTSU community.
According to MTSU Policy 775, Section 7A, proposed fines shall be submitted to the board together with information sufficient to justify the amount of fine. However, oftentimes students are not privy to the same information about what incurred the fine. I personally received a $30 parking ticket in the softball lot without notice of what it was for. The ticket just read parking violation where the reasoning should have been. Furthermore, many college students will find a $30 parking ticket a great financial burden, as they are already struggling to pay tuition. What's more is that there are studies showing that fines are ineffective cost-wise for institutions. According to staff writer and editor of the Brennan Center for Justice, Tim Lau, in a new report by the Brennan Center, counties were spending a higher proportion of their fee and fine revenue on collection and enforcement costs, rather than on efforts to improve public safety. In conclusion, the monetary inefficiency of parking tickets as well as the burden expensive tickets placed on college students is evident. The policy should change. We suggest that the first offense is a written warning and description of the transgression, and every subsequent ticket only be $10.
Overall, campus policies are here to benefit the community of MTSU, which is why it is very disappointing when the rules on parking, passing, and turning only inhibit us or cause issues. When we first arrived at college, the last thing on our minds was going through all the campus driving and parking regulations, which is why it is so unfair for us to be so harshly punished, especially with parking tickets and fines that we are forced to pay. And as new students come in every year, the streets and parking lots will get busier and even more populated, which will inevitably lead to more and more people finding little yellow slips on their windshields. We are hoping that you will join us in spreading the word of the community's discontent to the parking services and other students by using things like email and word of mouth. Thank you.